society. No, that can't be right. Oh my god. Assassin's Creed? Assassin's Creed is an open world action adventure stealth video game. Video game. Oh! Oh! Ah! Yes. Video games. I fully expect my boss, Tara Long, to put me out of my misery when I stop being useful. The emotional whiplash I feel going from Dratini, what a sweet one. Oh, Growlithe, a nice cute fire puppy. Isn't that, oh God! Oh, no, 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 no. Please get no. Oh, no, 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 cute, I'm okay. There has to be an answer here, and I don't see it, and that's not fair! And it's so obviously the Commedia dell'arte that I don't need to explain it, but I will. I thought we had arranged to have a board game.
This is not an arrangement or an understanding.
If I forced you to sit through 16 minutes of me just listing Pokemon, I would deserve to be in jail with Kevin Punt! Or kind of like if you fall in love with the person who kidnapped you and holds you captive in their basement. What the fuck? Hey, Todd? What the fuck? I can't go any further than that. I'm sorry.
Could not happen to a better team, a better sportsman. Kofi is your champion, America. How do you like that?
Let's cut back to Brian real quick just to get his emotions right now. And he's face down on the ground.
Or you can stay and we can be crushed under the unbending, immovable mass of truth. Together. So I did the only thing that would save David Bryan Gilbert. I locked the game in the box.
Oh my god, Crash Bandicoot!
Yep, it's me, Crash Bandicoot.
There's this thing called the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court, and in Article 8, subsection 2, it states that grave breaches of the Geneva Conventions count as war crimes. And if these Koopa Troopas are in fact not Troopas but civilians and Mario kills them, then that is a direct violation of Article 8, Part 2, subsection B1, intentionally directing attacks at the civilian population. It seems like I have a tall task ahead of me. Some thieves can't read. If you can't read, get someone to read this book to you. It'll make more sense then. That's great. Sonic plus gun. Sonic plus getting kissed by a human woman. You don't need all that. It's all right here.
We like watching birds, and they tell us what they have seen.
They're on a live racetrack. All of the things are moving. I was alone in a little box, surrounded by neighbors who had forgotten me, or perhaps never knew I existed. Even death had forgotten me. I watched my slumped body linger in limbo as nothing changed. After a week, I resigned myself to quitting. And then in trial 5, I peed myself. A lot. 9, what is your greatest tangible fear? Horses. But this year has been a difficult one for me, and also everyone on Earth. There is a large ape. Again, I could not categorize that. 1 being the stamina level of a hotbox sloth, and a 10 being the energy of a 6-year-old at a laser tag party who just finished his first can of Mellow Yellow. My goal is to be at a level 10 at all times. Because we all know the true monster is man. And cannibalism is frowned upon in New York. I just saved your ass with Monopoly! Don't know. I literally have no clue. Child soldier. Karen is canonically 14 years old. Whoopsie! But when you say crucial, do you mean optional? I've put these 3 Super Smash Brothers after Hyrule Warriors in the time break. The time break. Mothman, Everyone thinks the Mothman's pretty sexy.
I think maybe God didn't intend for us to wake up and drink an energy drink and eat a well-done steak and then wear a tinfoil mask.
Get out of the hot tub!
What? I'm Ringo Starr's brother who went into real estate law.
Manuela is constantly drinking and flirting and just being a hot mess, and I love her for it. Listen to these quotes. All warfare is based on deception. If your opponent is of choleric temperament, seek to irritate him. Steal their hats.
What? Then I guess they're not new, are they? You garbage hole. You sack of a man. You just pile of ropes on a trash heap.
Why, Todd? Is the music still this?
Sex on this bed? Never heard of it. What is it? No one has ever explained it to me.
Patrick, have a place. Good. That's good. Clayton. This is good. This might be the best thing we've made.
Wow. Thank you.
Let's get these OSHA violations on the board. Bam! That's all the OSHA regulations we'll be discussing today. I got nothing for you. If you're not attracted to this, you're wrong. Wow. He nasty. That's irresponsible. Hi, I'm Brian David Gilbert, safety fan and bureaucratic wunderkind. Please address me as such. Does our capitalist society assimilate and destroy? Absolutely. Technical and cultural appropriation are two of capitalism's most trusted tools. When it comes to a lack of emotional intelligence, capitalism makes people willing to suck in and obliterate anything, friend or foe, nation or natural wonder, so long as it makes money. Is capitalism's enemy a cosmic horror? What could be more cosmically horrifying to a capitalist society than a guy called Marx? Should you read every book in Skyrim? No! What? How could you watch this whole 10+ minute video and think I would say anything? What? No! I bore this burden for you! Don't read them! No! Please, don't read them all. Don't read them! You can read the top 5, that's fine. How dare you jettison my gift! Don't read them! No!
Look at this Galumba.
Look at this Galumba! This man has been bamboozled into comedic haunted house entrapment 3 times.
You sneaks!
You starting to hear those first few notes in your head? That's good! What are we gonna call this new genre that is peppy, informational, good, catchy, pick up loot, traditional, in your face, punk, kicks, energetic, educational, fun, sticks in your head, pick it up for your cousin Ben's wedding, right there, society, spicy, slaps hard, pick it up, propaganda, Arbor Day, pick it up, fuck you Philip Glass, pick it up, let's all wear the same shoes, pick it up, 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 pick it up. Did I just make ska again? Do I regret reading the Geneva Conventions? Of course not. They're from The Lion King. That was a movie that Disney produced. A lot of people think it's a great movie.
Here is where it's going to become extremely clear that I don't know anything about anything. I'm a big dunkus.
Just kidding, I have sponsor money! Nothing is out of my reach! What?
We like watching birds and our neighbor across the street.
You know Tetris. You would really like this Tetris.
No, I stand by that decision. Reach was one of the few places that John considered safe from the Covenant. His home would not fall. Uh-oh, John. Hey, I'm the lewd improvisation man. If you're wondering how I got this name, let me tell you. I played Lumiere once. Things didn't go so hot. I need this role, Doug.
I tell you what, this is a lot of research into things that really have very little meaning.
You're right. It is.
If someone comes up and introduces themselves to me as Duke Mirage, my pants are already off. What are the ramifications of a Sonic the Hedgehog game based on the Bible?
And one of them is this, and we can look forward to that.
Stop pointing to it.
I don't care how good you are at surfing, Funky Kong. Hell yes! What a cool dude!
I'm ready to take on the day.
No.
But what about the time break? They say that eye contact is important. Every time you go 3 days without shampooing. I get it. Look, sometimes, you know, the shampoo has sulfates and that can damage your hair. We all have different scalps. But that's in the Emeralds too! But that's bullshit. I love what I do, and let me tell you something. I've worked some days.
Okay, then you tell me, what's the feeling?
I'm feeling... I don't know. They're not the most surprise. In order to understand this a bit better, I googled Mario hyperinflation, and I got some exciting search results.
I feel Gerb.
Gerbness.
Voila. Some archetypes upset the status quo by defying gender norms or by calling out the noble class. That's why they're comrades. Not even death can excuse you from service in Bowser's army. Look at this green carrot. Don't worry, this is just a visual aid. They're all blank. I wouldn't waste paper like that. In 3 hours, a task that seemed insurmountable by myself was complete. Technique 3, stamina regeneration. Some really well-loved bosses are very bad leaders, and some really good leaders are skeezy as hell. I couldn't give a shit about death. You should have removed that stained glass first. But he should not be trusted. Chill dudes? Gambling? A bunch of hunks? Damn if these aren't fun to hang out with. I booked the conference room for 3. I need to get in there. We're gonna make this easy to remember and call it the Hero's Memories of the Hero's Journey Double Cross Oblong, or HMHJXXO. I hate that level. Ah! Oh, that dude's wearing a tight-fitting suit with a bunch of weird patches. It must be Arlecchino the Servant Clown, sometimes the Tutu Masters. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Okay.
We don't have to use it, but we need to record it.
Again, they don't even like feel like military. They act more like civilians, to be honest. Oh my god, they're civilians. Oh, I didn't mean to carry on. My point in this verse is that alienating drug users makes things worse. Don't lock someone up if they take a hit, Mon-chan. And criminalizing addicts is a really bad plan. Big Pharma is the root of our country's problem with opiate addiction! Gollum! Hello, and welcome to another tutorial for something that I am woefully underqualified to teach to people. What if chess made you horny? I'm glad I told you that. I'm Luigi. No. And that's just one potential ending. You can't make me do that legally. That's not in my contract, right? They can't legally make me do that. J.R.R. Tolkien. Hey, Kojima, you can't just name a dude Die Hard Man. This is my first attempt, I'll get better. But how many frames does a gamer game in the game frame mainframe? I don't need any paper. I lied. If a hedgehog could commune with the dead, be resurrected, run with infinite energy, and have his gospel prophesy the future, then either Sonic is a god or could kill God, and I do not care if there is a difference! Hello, friends.
This is looking great.
You need to stand firmly on the ground while it is moving. Stop jumping! I don't know what the hell this is. Let's go write more scripts. That's cooking, baby. Celeste equals 1 BDG, or big determinant of gain. I know more about this universe than you do! I have the right to control this story! How dare you ignore me, a real fan! The last one. We can do it.
Please don't ever ask me to do this again.
Okay.
You know, it could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. I'm gonna swallow it, but...
Yeah, it could have been way worse. I cut one of the titles in half. Clayton, we have to start over. 100? 200? How about more than 600? Take a look right there. I imagine the Wright brothers wore a similar expression the day they went to Kitty Hawk, because that is the face of a man who is ready to soar. That's just a mush.
That's some spicy mush.
If Miyamoto doesn't email me after this video goes up and say, Brian, you've cracked the code, I'm never gonna play another Zelda game ever again. They don't teach you It's just me and nature. Your coworkers all have swords and can only make one facial expression. Also, Polygon won't expense Wagyu beef for me, so whatever. Do you think you can eat Pokemon? And they said, who cares? Pokemon aren't real. What a meaningless thing to ask. But I didn't think it was meaningless. Trick question, it's obviously the decorations. Reach out to me, CW. I will license this. It didn't matter at all. What does matter is making a catchy, PowerPointable mnemonic device. None of them will save you. I am going to throw myself into the sea. But before we get into the final four, let's talk about the notable absences. These are the anti-keys, things you'll never see in an E3 presentation. I got a list of them here. Oh, what's this? It's just a single entry that says a legitimate discussion about how to address the crunch crisis that's prevalent in nearly every game studio. Well, I guess we don't need these anymore. The Boreal Outrider Knight is a mini-boss, but you can tell he really wants to be a boss. Who hired this man? I don't want him on my job site. Voila. I will never forgive you for naming an unemotional, uber-religious, deadbeat dad Gilbert. It also doesn't help that I look like Hanneman Light. Oh god, am I a buzzkill? I brought gotcha, because you know what you always say, gotcha will get you.
I've said that before.
You don't sound that excited. There will also be the Blue Man Group, and they will fight to the death for your entertainment. I'm going outside. How do I get outside? You cannot get blood on the jeans during this or any step of the process. I cannot stress this enough. The consequences are dire. Do not bleed on the jeans. He has this tender leadership quality that makes him not only respected, but loved by his peers. And then above him is a fucking T-Rex, a crooked mustache, a large nose, and a love of kicking. Some asshole thought, hey, you know that thing that we throw against a wall many miles per hour every single day, multiple times a day? You know what would make that better? If it could feel pain. What? Riveting! If you have bugs in your house and you make the conscious decision to want those bugs in your house, they aren't pests, They're pets. Luigi, the milksop who is afraid of all, is not afraid of his evil funhouse mirror twin, Hardman. Now that the Covenant is in shambles, Kilo 5's job is to arm religious fundamentalist Sangheili dissidents in order to destabilize their government. I will admit, in the very beginning, I was like, a CIA-style group trying to cause some unrest in an enemy nation by funding terrorism? I've never heard of that happening in real life. I have never seen him hold the lifeless body of his father figure and say, I am sorry. It had to turn out like this. I am sorry. Let Sonic cry over the loss of what could have been, Sega, you cowards.
I do not regret taking that big of a bite.
Wait, where'd Toadman go? Where's my guy Toadman? Toadman. I was playing a game. I should have been doing an experiment. It's all about class.
Yeah, now that is milk and meat. Together at last.
Things that don't really need to be sentient. A vacuum. It's Dustman. Who are they making this show for? Me. Hit points! What are they?
Turn away. No one needs to see this.
3 different versions of this game. I'm gonna put Hyrule Warriors over here, and I'm gonna call this the Time Break. The Time Break.
Jesus.
What is a piece of military hardware you think looks cool even though war is bad? Railguns. Which explains these 3 things. I told you I'd explain them later. So, what the fuck? Let me put on my blazer. Let's talk.
This only happens 3 times a year, and this is one of them. Replay this to your children, your children's children, and your forefathers. This is what the game is about.
You don't want to know that. You don't!
This book was way more interesting and way better written, and also way hornier.
I am willing to wield this Bible as a paladin wields a holy sword so that I might excise sin out from the Sonic canon! I'm sorry, that was a lot. I was a bit too intense I'm gonna tone it down a little bit. The best boss is you. And all of your dead friends. No one wants to hear my opinion, which is why I am not expressing an opinion, I am stating a fact. That's right. They're already mischievous, and they hate corrupt politicians. We can get behind that.
Yeah, I can help out with that, Jenna, if you need any extra help on that one.
Yeah, Brian. I guess so.
Great Grey Wolf Sif is a big wolf with a sword. Fuck yeah! Surely you can't afford $17 million in fines. Everyone forgets about goblins though, so I'll put them over here. Honestly, it feels like they are planned in order to be memeable and rememberable. And memorable. Memorable. God, I can't speak today. Or can I? It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. Don't even know why I do these dumb videos anymore. It's not like I enjoy making them. I just spend most of my days just trying to, I don't know, forget about it all and dull the pain. But the time break still doesn't fit in. It's still by itself over here, right? Okay, the time break doesn't have a space. It's laundry chair.
Yeah, well, your face is gross.
It's that thing that happens in the hero's journey.
Wingspan, scent, temperature, and moisture level.
Shoo! Get out of here! God has cursed me for my hubris, and my work is never finished. Hey, bucko, I think what you don't understand is basic storytelling. Basic storytelling. I'm going through my rebellious phase. Can I say that? That's what I did. Not only was this terribly boring, but I was beginning to fear that Zuko was not as strong as I had hoped. Do something! Not the worst salmon I've had.
It's not the worst thing.
Not the worst. Could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have been way worse.
Could have been worse.
ACAB back. All cops are bad at cuddling. Skyrim book report! So that's what a hit point is. How many 14-inch shells it would take to kill you. Every living creature is 1 hit point.
It's a beautiful, overcast day in Brooklyn. The sky is making me blue, but not as blue as our main contender today. It's the Polygon Blue-Tailed Skinks, ready to bring it against the reigning champions, the Secret Base Ravens.
It's 7 acts long. 7 acts? There is no way you can manage to maintain that level of erotic tension for 7 acts. That's like 5.5 hours. As a person who has done 1 or 2 plays in my life, that's just unfeasible, okay? I'd like to see them try. I would like to see them try.
Ooh, come on, baby.
So here is Zuko, Barbarian class level 63. I love him with all my heart, and he loves me just the same. Yeah. Breath of the Wild. Number 2. How them graphics? I have no friends who want to hear about how hot the Sanshayum used to be. If you roll a D100 and get a 69, congratulations, you are Hideo Kojima. Great on camera. It's hot under these lights. Anyone else hot in here? I'm just gonna pop this bad boy off if that's okay. When you walk into an unknown space, I want the first question on your mind to be, am I safe to smash? How about the Bone Dragon? I'd enjoy waking up one day and coming out to see Mads Mikkelsen in my kitchen just sweeping up some spilled Cheerios, and then he looks up at me and he gives me that aren't I so clumsy smile. Cool ass shit. Or as it's known in esports, epic pog moments. Mortal Kombat! Maybe I can just be Brian. Or maybe I could be Chaka. Does your zucchini plant produce too many zucchinis, aka any amount of zucchinis? It's a paladin. If you say more than 3 hearts, I'm firing you.
It just tastes like honey. Oh, there's the fish.
Happy New Year. Oh! Oh my god, that is so hot! Oh my god! It was supposed to be prop water, Pat! Oh, I probably just like ruined this mic too. Jesus, Pat, I told you it was prop water. God. I'm okay. Dirty, dirty Terry. The potential energy I shall release into a holy flame so that I might burn out the blasphemy from Sonic's modern iteration.
I think we should probably just take a couple minutes just like.
Okay.
Yeah, do you need water or anything?
Water, yeah, I think that'd be good. Yeah. I'm not dancing this season. I would expect it to have paperwork if one of the gym members gets injured. Unfortunately, all of the gym members get injured. What the fuck? What? Why does this keep happening? No, please, get these out of here! No! Which is great, because you go, oh, those legs are way too human. Those legs are, oh my god, those legs look like I could have those legs. Please don't show that to me anymore. Please get it out of here. Stop. 88? Are you fucking kidding me? You cannot hide your ladders from me. I'm going to go throw myself into the ocean now. The Krebs cycle or something like that. I'm not interested. Get that shit out of here. I'm just kidding again. I'm not your friend. That's a bit of a difficulty for me because I've never done musical theater before. I had to do a lot of extra research. This was like an extra week of time in this thing that we can...
This slide wasn't in rehearsals, Patrick. But if you're gonna put me on blast, yes, I did musical theater in high school, but I don't think that counts for much. I didn't do much after that. I just like, you know, that doesn't mean that I'm an expert in musical theater. I haven't done anything. I was in an a cappella group, Patrick. Does that count as musical theater? I don't think so. We can go to the next slide, okay? Jesus Christ. Patrick, go to the next slide, okay? Go to the next slide. Next slide. Next slide, please. Go to the next. Patrick, how did he go? I'm not even on Facebook anymore, Patrick. Did my mom send you these? Go, next one, next one. Next one, next one. You can go faster. I can press the fastest I can go. Patrick, please, what? Just go. So Gesamtkunstwerks are, unfortunately, the same cannot be said for Diddy Kong. Who gave him a gun? So fuck the man and fuck the beat he made you drum to. You didn't need to pants the man! But I do claim to be an expert in one thing that will help us make this pokey rap a little bit sexier. Feet. Teach your kids with Skyrim. Teach the kids with Skyrim. Go long! As Polygon's resident jock, these cuddle warriors will expose you to sensations you could have never imagined. Skyrim book report! I'm not a scientist, I'm a gamer. If you're gonna make a Waluigi game, you're gonna need to make it distinct. Finally, meet Woggin Jarth. This one's for you, Woggin. I'm a big Jarth head. I need this bed out of my house by Tuesday. Because on Tuesday I'm having a potluck. And I can't have people coming to my potluck asking why the hell there's 2 beds against the wall. Can you imagine the questions?
These 2 majestic beasts of men rushing the line. Kofi tagging Brian immediately.
So Olrox's motivations, as described by the Castlevania wiki, are all about thrills and curiosity. And that's not evil, that's just fun. That's what you've been requesting for all these years. That's that thing. I have become so powerful and intelligent that speaking to my coworkers about Halo is like trying to explain Shaw Fujikawa drives to an Ungoi. I have become the Master Chief of Halo novels. You had large swaths of nameless troops, so you could do this without feeling any remorse over their deaths. Haha. War. And if you can't have a Waluigi without a Luigi. One real and one false. Why can't Waluigi exist without Luigi? Fight me. I was alone in an apartment making shitty paintings for a video that wasn't gonna get made in time. My normal name might be Brian David Gilbert, but you might know me as the lewd improvisation man. I just think caterpillars don't know what's going on. They are valid, and they're wrong, and they always seem to find my comment section. I figured that if anyone knew how to calculate the hit points of an animal, it would be someone holding a huge bird like it was a torch. Meat was browning nicely, the risotto was looking creamy, and the beautiful aromas were almost enough to keep my mind off the fact that we still had 60 recipes to finish in roughly 6 hours. Say, the fairy-type Cleffa, which I want to stab with a stick and roast over a bonfire. Who put the Halo novels here? I'm not doing the Halo novels. Who put them here? It is literally about having lots and lots of pets that you can love and cherish, and I'm ignoring all the other stuff. Oh yeah, it looks just like Paella does. Look. So let's go ahead and find every OSHA violation in every stage in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We're done with these now, so. Get out of here, right? Nope.
I feel like I can't distinguish tastes anymore.
Talk about a woke bae.
It's just a horrible phrase. I'm sorry for writing it.
It was worth it when I crafted an exact one-to-one replica of myself in The Sims. This process is extremely simple. All you need is a full set of RPG dice and an easy-to-fill-out 11-page worksheet that you can download in the description below. I loved Mr. S. Objectively a terrible teacher, though.
It is not that we should catch them all, it is that we should love the ones we catch. But again, I do still need you to know those Pokemon names, because if you don't, Matt will murder me. Are we ready to perform this? Okay. 1 second before we hop in. There's nothing here! I have a contact for someone named Zane, and in the company, it just says Bocce Ball. Who the fuck is this? But I don't think I can figure out the real-world price of a firebomb without getting put on a watch list.
Oh. Oh, ho! Oh, ho! Mamma mia!
Brian, don't you get it? The whale is a metaphor for something. Turns out, she's dead from fighting that beast. That makes this guy a barbarian. Okay. Spoiler warning.
Adieu.
You can make a nice paintbrush with this.
It's important to get your flu shot. I ask myself, is there an analogous military that is somewhat bloated, often antagonistic, and seems to be the only thing that the leadership cares about funding? Unfortunately, I couldn't find any real-life examples of this. So I'm loosely basing it on the US military.
Saying them all kinda seems far-fetched. Let me ask you a question. Wanna help me out? It's time to throw in more names. Come on, give me a shout. Those Pokemon are Tentacool. And those Pokemon are trash.
Literally, what did I just say about knives? Also, can I be real with you? He pees too much. It's a new dance move for me. I don't know if I like it yet.
Laura keeps asking for these beds because they're such good beds, but I don't let her near beds anymore because...
But the phrase, watch out for his Sparky sticker, is the worst and I hate it, and why'd you put it in a family-friendly video game, Nintendo?
Scientists have spent decades researching the cuddle.
It'd be so cool to read a crime drama in this weird sci-fi world, and it didn't end up being that.
Is life quantifiable? What do you do after you find out about that power? You Norda boy. They called me a fool, but do I look like a fool to you? I've done it, because I want to meet Woggin. I just want to meet Woggin, Jarth. Biblical literalism is just an early form of fandom.
That's kind of like if I made a list of characters that are popular in America, and I put Jesus next to Garfield. Technically, I'm not wrong.
We've been baking this one for a while. It comes out in 3 months. Get excited! Thanks, Crash. Y'all remember those things? Those little rules that keep you from committing war crimes? But also, potential spoiler warning. Now that the Master Chief, me, has completed his training, books, it was time for him to drop into the field. More books. If you have a magical pet, what are you doing here? Go cast spells with your turtle.
Oh my god. It's so much food I expect to be one way, and it is so not that way.
A lot of these robots were built to be sentient for the sake of being sentient, and I do not feel at all qualified to discuss the philosophical implications of that. Skyrim Book Report! Skyrim Book Report! Chunky dog, milky dog, horny dog.
This is fried bananas.
He won't take the initiative to run his fingers through your hair on his own. Her father became one of the most important leaders in the colonial insurrection, radicalized by the conspiracy that the government kidnapped his daughter and replaced her with a clone. Psst, They did do that. We all know that Sega would never make Sonic kiss a real human woman. So I'll just go ahead and do that math in my head real quick. Thank you, Clayton. No contractor or subcontractor contracting for any part of the contract work. That's a real line. Can I get a whoop? Woo! We'll work on it, Clayton. Usually they take the form of a small girl or adolescent, except they're really 400 years old and a god or a dragon, and I honestly do not have the time to unpack this bullshit. If I can't be accurate, I sure as hell am gonna be extra. And then it's another existential crisis, but this is my favorite one because instead of having an existential crisis and then going to have to save the world from a moon, or having an existential crisis and hanging out with pirates, he just gets really into fashion in Triforce Heroes, which is what I plan to do in my midlife crisis. It's hard to describe capitalism as being shaped like a friend. Welcome to the age of thembos. What a silly coincidence! What? Hair tube? Is that a thing? Sounds wrong. Hair tube. Hair tube. I will be discussing. That's a smash cut. Hopefully, if I do my editing correctly. 338 books. But me? I never forget the troops. Not someone who, in the words of my mother, puts a lot of research into things that have very little meaning. Holy shit. I'm gonna go give Karen a treat.
Wow! Oh my gosh!
I can't believe my eyes. I've got some jeans around my thighs. This would be a great time to invite any talent agents if you're looking for representation. When I die, will I become Dry Brian? But I don't know. I feel like I'm just missing something. Because he gets Norded. Possessed by Xehanort before. I forgot about the villain's journey. The villain's tridecagon. The villain's tridecagon? I'm free. Finally free. In my Skyrim book report, I read 571 pages. For this, I read 10,920, which is more. Got a countdown timer till I'm destitute. It's me, I'm the one who's gonna do that. No one has ever enjoyed writing or reading an academic paper. Why'd you put it in a video game? It could easily be used for evil by some of the most wicked forces on Earth, like health insurance companies. But there's one Pokemon, my own holy grail, that I gave Kevin Punt. I hope that bastard's in jail. Obviously, I can't show you the full experience of this, but you just have to trust me that I'm going to now take a shower. I committed to this bit way too hard, Karen. I got wet jeans! I came in here with my belt and everything! In the Crash dimension, David Brian Gilbert shouldn't be worried about paying bills or whatever this email is about. Strollin' stew. Soarin' stew. Swipin' stew. Smolderin' stew.
Nope. You gotta do Birth by Sleep. It's a prequel.
But is Sora in it?
No. No Sora.
Who's this guy then?
That's Vanitas.
Why?
But like, this game is silly and I love it.
What genre is eh? I'm extending pet status to plants.
I'm sorry, I feel like this fruitcake is like staring into my soul.
God, these are all so good. We're getting into the categories where I can't stop laughing. Serious. Snake Man. I am opening a portal to the Crash dimension. In order to test these calculations, I need a test subject. So I'm using my roommate's cat, Zuko. Hut hut hike! There's Red Bull in this mug. Hiya! Who doesn't love a little erotic lizard fiction?
Ooh, come on, baby.
Technically speaking, religions and cults are the same thing.
We just cooked a fruitcake that looks like it'd be served at McDonald's.
And I need to know where Donkey Kong pees. Fuck Patrick. And today, I'm gonna take care of laundry chair. You tell me when the camera stops rolling so I can stop folding.
There's a chunk of apple here if you want.
No.
Okay.
This is that timeline. So we have adult Link, child Link, basketball. What did you notice? BDG goes fishing for the first time in VR.
What? Hell yeah! What?
I got the rest of the press conference to go through. You can quiet down, please. You absolute fool. You child. That's a joke. Joseph Gordon-Levitt doesn't exist in any timeline.
I'm sorry for using so much paper.
But what if I never leave? They are a power couple that isn't sanctioned by HR. They didn't fill out the paperwork. It makes everyone very uncomfortable. There was a lot of PDA, and it is weird. And I believe anime. The gaffes are an inside job to make you buy more video games! What was Mario doing with that penguin child?
I don't care about making the perfect Poké Rap anymore. I am making the perfect song. So, how are we gonna do this?
You know, sometimes you start relying on your haircut or on your voice, and then Ursula comes along and then takes it away, and then suddenly you have to use a different aspect of your personality, and it forces you to be creative about what you do next. You know, here's what I was gonna say.
I'm changing the archetype to spicy swords. The true enemy is war itself. So we gotta piece them in to make something that's good. It's kind of like if I bought 12 IKEA cabinets and then I used the pieces to build a Gundam. In Drompa's Pokedex, it says, if a child it has made friends with is bullied, it will find the bully's house and burn it to the ground. That doesn't have anything to do with that ability, but it is metal as hell. I need a drink. Okay, I need to remind myself why he's here by quantifying his value. Why catch them all if you can't keep the ones that you love? Terry!
Thank you all so much for coming!